Everybody, Michael here with another indoor field test shooting video. I've got two AEG Airsoft Rifles from Arcturus. One is the NY03CB, lower priced one here at about $330, a little bit more polymer. Then we have the AR06 that I'll be shooting second here, and both of these, well, the AR06 is a little bit more money. It's around $500. It's got a little more metal, a little bit better quality components, not that much. They're both very similar in terms of components, but and we're going to find out, do they shoot roughly the same? That's the question. Different price tags, some different quality in them. So if you haven't checked out my tabletop video for more details on them, check that out over at replicairguns.com. We'll put a link in the description. And you can check out the tabletop video where I do a combined video for both of these guns. I'm going to keep this field test combined as well, since we'll keep that format for both of these guns. And we're ready to go. I've been having a chronograph act up, so let's see if we can get through this before it conks out again. Here we go. 413. 413. Nothing that time. I don't think so. Maybe I didn't wind it hard enough. I don't know. There we go. 411. 412. We'll go with that. I'm not sure if that was 4 or 5, but I want to move on here to the other. Yeah, that's okay. And hopefully I didn't error this thing out, but we're going to continue on here. I have to do this because I only have one magazine that I think is working properly. Sorry to say. And I only have the one battery for this connector. So we'll make this work. Let's get this going again. Hopefully that little bonk didn't change things up. Okay, so let's see. I'll average the other one out. It was just over 400 FPS. Let's see what we get here. Okay, chronograph is acting okay. Nothing. There we go. 401. Really? Okay. These mags, for whatever reason, there we go. 401, 403, 401, one more. Okay, it's working better. 400. Okay, so both of them pretty close to 400. I'd say the NY03 a little faster, but not much, not by much. So now we're going to do the actual accuracy test. Feet per second was pretty similar. Accuracy may differentiate the two while you're paying a little more money. We'll find out. We're going to shoot in semi-auto and full auto with both of these guns and see how well we do. I've got a fresh paper target set up 30 feet down range. We're going to get to this quickly. And first off, we're going to shoot 10 rounds in semi-auto and see what kind of accuracy we get. And we're just going to get to it right away here. Okay, and that worked fairly well. Again, this is the lower priced NY03, and that's pretty much an inch group, really. I mean, yeah, this could get an inch grouping all day long, I'm sure. Let's open it up, full auto, and see if we can. I'm just basically going to go until the spring kind of peters out. Try and get about 50 shots or so. It's not crazy science here. Okay, get this happening here. We'll just go with that. I don't know how many rounds that was, probably 30 or 40. You can see I was moving the gun around quite a bit because I don't have a stock, so it's really not the greatest test. But it stayed pretty tight, you know, it definitely opened up, but I'm sure that's me just not shouldering this properly. I couldn't really get it far enough out so the peep sights were working for me. But you can see here that this gun is going to perform pretty well. Even at the lower price point, $330, I would not hesitate to use this gun in any situation. Okay. All right, got some extra BBs here. Oh well, I tried. switch up the bats. Pop this guy down here. All right. See how we do with the AR06. I don't see this performing really any different for me. I'm gonna have to wind this up a little bit here. Okay, hopefully that's enough. Okay. You know what I need to do? Change the targets. I forgot. We'll pull this one off to compare it if we want to. Okay, now we're talking. That always helps. Will we see any difference? Or maybe even the other gun shoots better. Who knows? I don't like to jump to any conclusions. Okay. All right. I'm just going to put it down like that. Okay. Not really much different. I guess both of them were shooting a little low. This one shot a little more centered, windage-wise, but it did open up a little bit. So we had this guy and maybe this guy. If these two were in here, that would be pretty close to an inch, but it did shoot a little wider grouping. You know, possibly me. Again, I'm not shouldering these guns. I am using peep sights, so it's always best to get back a little from the peep sight. Otherwise, that aperture hole is a little too large. Maybe I could have used the drop-down sights, but I did just decide to go with the peep sights. Peep sights are usually pretty good. So now we're just gonna see what we get here in terms of full auto. I'll do a similar burst with it. You know what I'm gonna do? No, try and just do it the same. I'm just gonna put my cheek on here. Lots of ammo coming out here. There we go. That was a good spring feed for sure. We got a lot of ammo. Why not use it if you got it? So, yeah, you know, it was tighter, and I think it's because I was actually putting my cheek on here, resting it up against my cheek. Even though the aperture hole got larger, I just sort of centered it the best I could. And I think we got a better result with that. So even though the semi-auto was a little bit wider than the first gun, the full auto definitely was tighter. And I put like probably 2 to 3 times the amount of rounds into that target just because the spring kept on going. So I decided to go with it. Yeah, so, you know, which gun's better? I don't know. I would probably say this gun is a little bit better. You know, slightly lower FPS, but still 400-ish. There's nothing wrong with that. That's nice and hot using 0.20 gram Airsoft BBs. I like that it's all metal. I like that, you know, the rail setup, it looks pretty cool. And definitely performed a little bit better maybe in full auto for me. Again, it could have just been the way I was holding it. But both of these guns are available in our Canada Replica Airgun store over at replicairguns.ca. And we may have them in our US store as well. I'll put links in the description if we do have them there. I think there might be some there as well. replicairguns.us. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, then check out the Canada and the US Replica Airgun stores, and also check out our blog over at replicairguns.com, where I put written posts for all of the videos I make with additional photos and sometimes some additional information. All right, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.